Today we're going to look at the Raingler Cargo Net used to keep the rear cargo area separate from the passenger's compartment. And it's something that I've been wanting to get it installed so that I can mount things to it and keep all the junk that I usually carry in the back of the Jeep from coming forward into the cab. One of the things I really liked about the Raingler Net was it doesn't weigh very much, and it's easy to take down. I've seen some folks use, like you might see in police cars, a solid type of barrier made out of metal, expanded metal, and those work well. They give you places to mount things. That I wanted something that was not going to weigh a lot, so that easily taken out, and also provided a space for the kids to kind of put their heads against, and that's why I have a couple bags back there, and I'll show those later. And so two things we're going to do today. One is show you how it actually is mounted, and then they have an alternate hardware mounting system that changes a little bit, so we're going to put that in as well and see what the difference is. It should raise it up just a little bit, is what I've been told. So we'll give it a try and see what it looks like. Here's looking from the inside. These XJs, they just do not have any head support for the rear passengers, which drives my kids a little bit crazy. So this bag right here is it's an old camera bag. It's not very thick, and it actually has has a first aid kit in there. That bag there is also a camera bag, but it has my rain gear in, and then with the net style, you can use it to attach Molle Straps as well. So for example, this is a trauma kit here, and it will attach with the Molle Straps on it. It goes right up on here. So as they show on the Wrangler's website, it mounts to 3 spots on each side. The lower mount goes where the seat is on the bottom, loops through, and just comes back on the strap here. This one goes where the seat attaches when it rotates back and locks into place there. And then finally the last one, try to get in here, it goes around where the upper belt connects. It's got very heavy duty rings on each one of the corners. These things are nice and stout. Here it is without all the stuff on it. You kind of see what it would look like looking through it. This is looking through the front. Really doesn't obstruct your view at all. So it is kind of hard to get this thing tight. I almost had to use something to push on the strap because it's right in that corner. You'll see as you get it tightened. They have a hardware kit that you can use for these top pieces for certain Cherokees, and for those that do not have a rear lap belt, they have a hardware kit that would actually go in there in lieu of where the seat belt attaches. But this one has it. I'm going to put the hardware kit in later, but you can see it's kind of hard to get that that strap in there a little bit. You have to kind of push it through with a screwdriver to get it around. One more shot of it going through that piece on the back. So this is the hardware pieces right here. These are going to go up on the top seatbelt loop where the shoulder belt attaches. This is going to make it a lot easier to get that mounted. So we'll get that up there and show you the difference, and then it's a T50 for pulling the seatbelt mount up there. So we're going to do that, and then I'll show you the difference on how it mounts, and then here's a picture of it starting installed. Still loose. I don't have it tight yet, so this moves around. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to be putting it. So now you can see with the strap through, it is much easier to get in there. It takes less than 15 seconds to loop it through that piece up there, and it sits higher than where it was, which should raise the net up a little bit, because as you saw, there's about a maybe a 4.5, 5-inch gap between the roof and the top of the net. So this should help it to get it up a little higher. Okay, so now I have it mounted to the hardware kit, and yeah, it definitely brought it way up. If you look on that, before it's probably half the distance what it was before. Before I had quite a big space up there without the kit, and now it really got rid of it. Super tight, and it is much easier to install with the hardware kit. So I would highly recommend, for that top piece, getting the hardware kit. It's worth the little bit of money that they charge for it. And the bottom, you don't need it because you have all your hooks here, and I'll show you how those are on in a minute. So with the seat back and locked in, just take this piece over and you just tuck it underneath there. You can reach through and maybe grab it and push it through a little bit. There you go. Strap comes through, and then you're going to hook it to this and then tighten it up. I'll show you the bottom. So the bottom goes, this is the bottom of the seat there. There's a bolt down there, kind of hard to see, but you just kind of have to tuck it underneath this and come around, and then you'll be able to tighten it up. So, and I think the key to tightening this thing is to make sure this top is super tight first. I mean, that's pretty tight. And then I'm going to do the bottom, and then once I put the seat back, then we'll go ahead and, sorry about the shaky camera, then once the bottom and top are tight, then we'll put the seat back, hook these on, tighten those up, and that thing will be nice and taut. Alright, so here's the back side with my bags reattached. The only thing I would like is if the center would tighten up just a little bit more. It'll sag just a little bit. You push it back, it'll move. Maybe a strap in the center would be good, but for keeping stuff from coming toolboxes and that, it certainly will do its job to keep cargo from coming forward. So, and the best thing is it doesn't weigh much, which is great, because you know our Jeeps here, they don't have a whole ton of horsepower, so works real well. So yeah, I would highly recommend this. It's a little pricey, but it works good. It's well made, and I don't think you'll be disappointed.